Welcome everyone to our Tuesday night chat. This is so exciting. Everything's happening here. It's the Tuesday before the Freedom Summit, and it happens to be my son's birthday. So, thank you to our beautiful crew in the room who sang him happy birthday. That was absolutely lovely. Tonight, we are absolutely blessed to hear from our store holders who are going to be at the summit, and hearing from them are all about what they're bringing and what they're sharing with us. We are only days away, so by the time this recording drops, it will be only a week out from the summit, I think. So I hope everyone has packed their camping things or made their arrangements to get there and looked at the schedule and figured out where you're going to do. Now, I will tell you that we are creating a directory and a planner. So you'll be able to download the planner. If you don't download it, you can purchase it on the day for just a couple of bucks. And then in it, it has a space for you to be able to plan what you're going to see and do and who you want to speak to, and then write notes. Also, all of our speakers are listed there, along with the store holders and their contact details. So if you're looking for, like, how do I get in touch with that person? Don't worry, it's all in the directory. So we've gone to great lengths to create that for you. And then that directory will then be replicated, uploaded onto our website under the headings of our 8 pillars. So if our beautiful Candace, who is here talking about food, she'll be under the heading of pillar of food. Health, we've got our store holders tonight. They'll all be found under those headings. And so how great would that be? On the website, we'll be able to connect really easily. Okay, so feel free to share this and share the word. And we, as at the moment, we the property, if you haven't been to the property before, we can fit easily 1,000 people on this property. And so even a couple of hundred looks like, where is everyone? So we want everybody showing up because, and it's not about numbers, it's about connection. But, you know, the more people that we can share the word with who are wanting the same as you, the more fun we'll have. So I am going to now turn the time over to Isaac and Alexa from Natural Artform. Welcome.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
good to see everybody here. Yeah, thanks for including us in this and inviting us to be part of the festival. We're excited. So we do topical products at Natural Art Form. I started with a cream after I had a shoulder injury. My background was a trauma medic in the U.S. Army, and we learned a little bit about natural remedies through survival training. And ever since then, I have just been fascinated with it. And so I finally, at some point, stopped using the 800 milligram ibuprofen that doctors give you. We used to give them out for everything as medics, but I didn't really have a natural alternative. So I made, well, I did some research. I'd heard some stuff on a couple of podcasts about DMSO and then magnesium. And then I decided to turn it into a lotion. So I added, for the oil parts, I added arnica, comfrey, calendula, St. John's wort. So I made this blend of things that have been used separately for all kinds of things, brought them together, and had really good effects from it. Moved over here, and in the last 2 years, started going to markets and selling it. Had a lot of really, really amazing reports back from people, and yeah, it's been fun. We have a couple other things that we've branched into besides the pain relief. We do the skin repair. So this is called Regenerate, and it's something I developed for a sunburn based off of a formula for a DMSO and aloe, and then I later added comfrey to it for for its ability to stimulate collagen production. So I like to get into the details on what each oil does and combine them depending on the purpose. And then while I was in the States, before I moved over here, I was promoting my product and went camping on a driving, from Wyoming to California, I was from Wyoming, so that's my home. But anyways, forgot my deodorant, and I used to use the salt stick stuff. So this was, well, the pain relief has magnesium salt in it. So I was like, let me try that out. Since I don't have any deodorant, I'll just put some of that under there. And it worked really, really well. And then since moving here, I've kind of refined it to a pumpable lotion. It's a magnesium-rich deodorant. And all this stuff is really designed to help people be more resilient and sustainable in their own personal lives. I created my own remedies out of things that you can make it in your kitchen with a lot of the stuff. You can take calendula flowers, put it in oil, do the oil extracts. That takes a lot of learning, but it's just one piece of holding on to that memory of what these plants do. So you have a natural alternative to things that, most people just buy off the chemist shelf or whatnot. So, and Alexia's, the organizer, the planner for all the markets.
He's the genius, and I just do everything else. I do a little bit of everything else.
Yeah. So we have a good system going, and we're just figuring out how to operate a business in the world that we're consciously have come awake in, where there's a lot of opposition to people finding natural ways through life that aren't dependent upon the mainstream systems. So we love exploring all these things and then pursuing stubbornly through all their obstacles. So, and that's all I got, unless you want to say something else.
Pretty much us. No, that's it. I mean,
we live up in the Northern River, so we're near Mowolumba. So
and we're lucky enough here that a lot of the ingredients that we get are actually locally produced. So, well, also locally grown. Some of the herbal oil extracts are, all locally grown, produced. The company we get them from, we know the people, and we're just so blessed to actually live in a place that allows for that. Because I know when Isaac was doing this in the States, you're just ordering whatever you can get and it's coming from everywhere. So we also love to support local business, and that's why we also love doing our local markets, because it really does have that community. So we love events like this. Yeah, we love events like this. We love community. That's what we're all about at Natural Artform as well.
Thank you, guys. What a great team you make.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're really pleased that you're coming all this way to be with us in Sydney, and you bring such good energy with you. So
thank you. Can't wait. I'm born and raised in Sydney, by the way, so I love any excuse to come back and see my family. And super excited to be there.
Great, thank you. We'll now go to Zita with Norwex. Welcome, Zita.
Thank you, Kelly. And yes, it's Alexia. Alexia, I wish I had a marketing person to help me out on that part. But in any case, I think Isaac is very, very pleased to have you and do all that stuff.
I'm super lucky.
Yeah, you are super lucky, I can tell you that. But in any case, I am a chemical-free lifestyle specialist. So I really connect quite well with what Isaac was saying. And we also have chemical-free deodorants and stuff like that. But that is products that came later with Norwex. So the word Norwex is originally Norwegian experience. So the first product from Norwex was a cloth from Norway. And it was this little cloth. So they started the business with just this cloth. And why only that little cloth? Because this little cloth can clean with water only. You don't need any chemicals or soap or anything else, and it'll do a better job than any chemical. So that's how the company started in 1994. just with this cloth. In over the years of 31 years, the company evolved in a lot of products, sustainable products like bathroom cleaners, oven cleaners, and stuff like that. That's all chemical-free skincare products as well. But the whole idea in Norwex mission, and that's why I like it, being a teacher originally, and I like teaching people about going chemical-free, is that Norwex is trying to get homes chemical-free and make it safer and more sustainable living. So that's the whole idea with Norwex, because if they can get the homes chemical-free, the environment will also be more chemical-free. So that's the part they're working towards. Just getting you an idea, they say if we keep on going using plastic the way we are using plastic, in the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. It's actually scary how they use chemicals all the time, and that plastic doesn't dissolve in the oceans. And that's all part of chemicals. But just giving you an idea, cleaning your house, 85% of your house, you only need 3 cloths and water. And you clean your whole house, 85%. The other 15% will be the mop and the sustainable product or whatever you need. But this one will clean all of that. So I'm just going to give you a short rundown why this cloth is so amazing. So normal microfiber, and this is the microfiber. So these cloths pick up 99% of bacteria on the surface, and it holds the dirt or the bacteria in the cloth till you rinse it, and then it'll release the dirt. You can wipe the floor and then wipe your bench, and that dirt won't cross-contaminate. And I can show that in a workshop. That's what I was thinking, having a proper workshop showing people how these products work. So that is the 1/200th of a hair strand. You can just imagine how thin that is. So the fibers going into a cloth like this will run from North America to Mexico. So that's how much thread go into one cloth. Then these cloths are embedded in silver. So before they weave them, they embed all these fibers in silver, and that is called backlock. So what does the backlock do? When you're sick, you go to the doctor gives you antibiotics, and it's the silver in the antibiotic that kills the bacteria inside of you, and you start feeling better. So this cloth's got silver. After using and rinsing, you hang it up, and while it's hanging there, it'll self-cleanse and kill bacteria. All other cloths will brew bacteria because there's no silver in those cloths. So the trick on that is, there is products out there that say they've got silver in it, but if the label doesn't say backlock, it's not the real silver embedded in those products. Then they're very super absorbent as well, and that's why they work so well in kitchens and spills. They pick up 7 times the weight of the cloth in liquids. So super absorbent, and then you can wring it out and you can pick up some more liquids. So they are very useful in the kitchen, and even picking up oils and dirt is very, very easy. I said, when they dry quickly. So what didn't mention here? Oh, the nice part is there's no company out there that will give you on these cloths a 5-year guarantee on your mop system, 2-year guarantee on the cloths itself, and a 60-day money back if you buy this cloth and it doesn't do what I was telling you to do. So there's no company out there that will do that for you than Norwex. So that's me and that's Norwex, guys, and I can show you the magic on the day.
I love Norwex and I love Zita, and I get my Norwex from Zita. So I love that you can just use water and it just cleans the stove top, the grease off that like nothing else. It's just amazing. But my question for you, Zita, is the silver that's used, I'm used to like thinking of it like colloidal silver.
It's so similar thing that they use to embed these fibers in, to kill those bacteria.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
Pleasure.
Look forward to seeing you at the summit.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, and if you can't get to the summit, but you would still like to see a demonstration that Zita does, you can contact Zita and she will do an in-home demonstration if you're in the Sydney area. So they're all super fun. She cleans your house. It's so good.
I do that because I need to show how it works and how the magic works.
Lovely. All right, we're going to
Thank
now
you.
go to Anna. Welcome, Anna.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited to be joining you all, and thank you, Kelly, for having me. I know that ASEA has been represented in other years by Greg Evans, and I'm taking up the role. So some people may have heard of it already. This is just the name of a company, but what they own exclusively is the knowledge to make molecules that our cells make or our mitochondria make from cellular saline. And the value of creating these bioidentical molecules is now that we can obtain them from an external source to those made by our own bodies, we can raise our levels. Now, our levels are depleted by the modern world, stress and toxins, environmental pollution, Wi-Fi, and age. So as we age, we make less of these molecules. So the whole concept now is that we can bio-replenish internally or topically the molecules that drive life in cells. A cell that doesn't make these molecules dies. And so it's really, from a more esoteric perspective, this supplement, I think it's a bit ahead of its time. It's a bit difficult to grasp because we all relate to the idea of nutritional supplements. And that's our history and our heritage, and, bring it back. I'm in celebration of that. But what people don't realize is that cells can't live or use nutritional supplements unless they have redox potential. And redox is the content of this blue bottle, which I can't flash in front of you now. But I believe this biotech should be free in every hospital. And for me, the role is not to sell or persuade anyone. It is literally just to speak truth. It's to get information over the line so that people know what this is and at least have, with their own, freedom, the option to select these molecules for their own healing. And the product is marketed now in about 35 countries around the world through network marketing, mostly because I think the company realized early on that if you bioreplenish redox, the DNA in your body directs repair. You don't need the frontal lobes of a practitioner or a diagnostic. You actually just give the body the signaling it needs to repair itself. And we get such remarkable results very often, even with terminal diagnoses. Every condition that involves a cell will respond to these to one degree or another. And a product like that is going to be obviously a big threat to the pharmaceutical industry. So the company decided almost immediately when they realized what they had and developed it, that it had to be network marketed. And I'm a bit of an advocate for network marketing now. I've learned about it just through finding this product. And that is because it's an underground economy where people help each other and are remunerated very humbly per person. It's not, don't make an enormous amount of money from people particularly, but if you expand your community and give good information and truth travels, we become a force. We really do. So that's ASEA. I'm a bit interested in new technologies generally, and I've been an activist for many years raising awareness about Wi-Fi and the effects on cells, which is kind of indirectly how I found these molecules anyway, because they amplify glutathione, which is a very powerful way to remedy damage to cells from microwave telecommunications. But I'll have a meter with me that was developed by someone who's worked in special ops. And this meter measures electric fields, magnetic fields, and radio frequency or microwave fields. And it's a really great tool for people to have so that they can navigate the modern world and get themselves out of fields which are harmful even if you're not feeling them. And I'm going to have with me a water device. These things all for me are connected. The water device was developed by an ex-CSIRO scientist in Australia, and he has a patent for his product. It basically doses or activates water, but doses it with electrons in such a way that PFAS and glyphosate actually off-gas out of the water. So his principle isn't to filter, because in line with Dr. Emoto's work and Messages of Water, the sludge that's filtered out of the water leaves the imprint of its memory in the cleaned water. So what this scientist is doing is quite different. He's just throwing life force or charge into the water so that it's living and can render inert or off gas toxic contaminants. So I'll have all of these things with me, and I'll just enjoy meeting people, answering questions, and helping the world know a little bit more about these opportunities.
Thank you, Anna. And you mentioned flashing the blue bottle. I have one here.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, this is the good stuff right here. And yeah, what beautiful bottles they are. So we're so pleased that you can come and share everyone all about ASEA. I'm so excited, you guys. All right, we're halfway through. We're going to introduce you to Joe. Welcome, Joe. Now, Joe just came across, well, I met Joe just recently. And let me add you there, Joe. Tell us what all about your products.
Hi, guys. Essentially, I've sort of stayed out of the limelight for a few years. I've been making pulsed electromagnetic devices that collapse a wave through the cell to reionize the cell. So the device is very simple to use. You simply have a loop, you put it over your head or wherever you got damage, you'll feel it as it's repairing, as the cells are recharging.
Can everyone hear Joe okay? Joe, you might need to speak up just a little bit louder for some of us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I don't know if I got a picture of my machines. I might have one somewhere. Anyway, so what we do is just simply recharge the body. And you tend to feel it wherever you've got damage. If you liken it to a battery charger, if you put a battery that's got no charge on a battery charger, you see this big response. When you put the loop on the body, what happens is if your batteries in that area are damaged or down in energy, you feel a big response. If you don't have any damage, you don't feel it. So in a 3-minute cycle, it'll bring the charge back up to fully charged, about 98%. So the cell's functionality is directly related to its ability to hold the charge, which brings in the ASEA stuff. It brings in all sorts of things. We just come along and recharge the body. Really simple, easy to use. And I've been starting to rebuild the machines. So it's exciting. The show that I met Kelly at was the first time I've taken them out in public for about 15 years. I recently come back from doing some stuff in New Zealand, and they're really excited about it. Guys that sold Rife machines into the marketplace a number of years ago are really keen to get behind me and do stuff in New Zealand. So that's great. So this will be the second time I've really taken it out in public.
So if you come along and you see Joe, you sit in the chair, put the loop over your head and just let it do its thing, and it pulses. And then you feel it pulsing your body, and you feel it, you know, in your fingertips and your whole body's like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And it's so good. You get up and you go, I got energy I didn't have before.
So it's like cheating. Yeah. Because we can recharge the cells in a really short period of time. And it doesn't matter what caused the problem. All problems are just the lack of functionality at a cellular level. So we just come along and say, here, have some energy. Whether it's problems with the skin or problems inside the cell or problems with radiation or damage physically to the body or whatever it is, doesn't matter. All of that, I see things as a balance of energy. You've got all these things you want to do, and you've got this much energy. So we just come along and say, here, have some more energy. Because what we tend to do is we tend to leave repair until it's more urgent. And the body says, no, you want me to do this, 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 and this. I've got this much energy. So we come along and say, have some energy. The body says, oh, we've got energy. We can start repair. So it's really simple. And I'll just be offering, free sessions for people or full sessions for people. So just come along and try it. If you want to do a session, it takes about half an hour to recharge all the cells, and you'll feel a buzz for quite a while. And, it's easy. You can have a frozen shoulder. It takes about 10 minutes. Doesn't matter how long it's been frozen for. And all sorts of stuff like that. I've seen miraculous stuff over the years. So I've stayed fairly well under the radar because when I was in the States looking at the first machines, we literally had the FDA come and Men in Black and all of that stuff. So I just take it quietly. But it's time to come out in the open. So I'm looking forward to being there.
Beautiful. We're looking forward to having you there. So, so great. Lovely.
I do another thing just quickly. I do a technique called zone therapy. And in zone therapy, we replug the brain center. You have 6 brain centers when you're in the womb, and replug the brain center back into the body. So your body can heal at a billion cells a minute when it's all plugged back in. Your body knows what to do, or your brain knows what to do once it's replugged in. So that's amazing, amazing technique. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to find it, because I've always been looking at all sorts of stuff. Anyway.
Great, Joe.
Anyway. Yep.
Very exciting. Anyone want a bit of energy on the weekend? Go see Joe. That's the way. All right. We're now going to come to Nadia. And Nadia is speaking on the main stage in the hall on Sunday morning. So first speaker of the day on Sunday. And so Nadia, I'll let you introduce yourself, but you want to come and see Nadia speak because, one of the things that we do in community is we get to know each other, and we sometimes base new relationships on old relationships. And sometimes if old relationships haven't gone so well, sometimes making new connections can be daunting, or how do you overcome some difficult conversations. So we're going to talk a little bit about making connections, creating hubs, creating community that lasts. So
yeah, thanks, Kelly. Hi, everybody. My name is Nadia Nas, and I am an embodiment coach. And I specialize in teaching people how to be your most authentic self. And this is how you create community. Not because you're pretending to be something that you're not because you're allowing your past traumas and your unconscious programming to run the show and to block your heart from being able to connect with people in a very real way. What so many people are not aware of is that they have these walls up to real connection out of fear, out of shame, guilt, grief, all sorts of different emotions. And what we do know is that whether you run a business or you want to have great relationships, emotional intelligence, EQ, is very important, even more so than how well you know your money or how well you know your product and so on. So that's really what I specialize in. So as a life coach, I have taught people how to heal their inner child, who is basically the keeper of all the repressed emotions that have not been resolved throughout your life. And these are the very things that cause stumbling blocks in our romantic relationships, in our friendships. Why do we feel isolated and lonely? Or why do we even find that, okay, I might have lots of people around me, but there's no depth, there's no intimacy. I can't be my true self. I gotta hide parts of me. And so I will be offering coaching sessions so that you can have a transformation right there at the Freedom Summit. Whatever it is that was blocking you from being able to connect with people in a deep way, I will be able to show you how do you locate that in your body? How do you resolve it by taking an effective action? And you'll feel it release. And then you're able to have a whole new way of approaching your conversations. So, what I do is very practical, even though I don't have a product that you can see, it's something that you feel. And so I'll also be offering a workshop on the Sunday at 1 p.m. where we're going to go into authentic relating dialogues, which I will introduce. I'm doing a members only little breakout session on Saturday at 4 p.m. where I'll introduce a little bit of authentic relating, but 15 minutes really isn't enough to dive deep into these ways of communicating that bypass the mental chatter that keep things on a superficial level. We're going to drop much deeper down into the heart and how to really ask powerful questions and become somebody who cares about how other people are feeling, how other people are needing some sort of connection, some sort of understanding, and how we can become the kind of person that people love to talk to, that people love to connect with, who people want to know more of. So I could go on, but come visit us at the stall. My apprentice, Chaska, will be there with me. And we will be telling you all about the different courses and services that I offer online and in Sydney and different workshops as well. So thank you so much for this opportunity to connect with the community.
Ah, amazing, Nadia. And you know, haven't we just heard just like beautiful array of offerings, which I'm so excited about. And I'm so excited that people can come along and hear from each of you because you are the lifeblood of the Freedom Summit, actually. Um, my heart is with business owners and people who are stepping out on the skinny branches to, not work for somebody else, but do something that's on your heart and on your passion, and then share that with others, because it's such the biggest personal growth is when you have to share your skills with someone, be that entrepreneurial spirit. So now, we are going to go to Candace. So welcome, Candace. Good to have you
Thank
here.
you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, sorry I'm a bit late this evening. I've had
That's all
a
right.
double booked evening, so I am glad I could get here. So I guess I'll just jump into it a little bit about me. So if we haven't met before, I have been around. I think this is my third year with you, Kelly, across different things. So I have met quite a few people in the community, and I'll just say up front, I just love how much it's growing, and you do an amazing job, Kelly, with bringing all of these people together and just all of the different resources and things that we've got in our hands because of you. So thank you very much. A little bit about me, my background. So my business is World Health Hub, and I am an integrative nutrition health coach. My background kind of comes from, well, you can hear the accent. I was born in Canada originally. I have been in Australia now for 31 years. I was pretty much raised in a health food store. My mom was a master herbalist. She ran the health food store, had a clinic and a college. And it was really healthy living was sort of just built into my nature. It was, well, in the 70s also, healthy living was just living, not like it is now. You know, we just lived that way. And really from then on, convenience and busyness and life sort of has taken us away from those traditional skills. And what I do now is I really blend a bit of your ancient wisdom with your modern science and look at nutrition, look at skills that we can bring back into our everyday life that really in one generation has disappeared. Like we've lost a lot within just 30 years even. So I am going to be speaking on Saturday. So I will be at the summit on Saturday only this year, unfortunately, but I am so glad that I still get to be there. I will have a stall and I will be speaking, and I'm going to be doing a talk about food preservation, but looking at food preservation from the standpoint of, is it just filling your pantry, or is it actually filling your pantry with something that's going to nourish you? Because we can have all of the food that lasts for a really long time on our pantry shelves, but is it going to keep us healthy when we actually are using it? So looking at different ways of preserving foods, fermentation, if anybody knows me, is my jam. I have 1,000 little bubbling jars and things everywhere. My house is a little bit like a science experiment. But going back to, Isaac and Alexia and also Zita, a real big core is on looking at they provide a product that is convenient and is amazing because it is something that you can use right now that's ready to go. And what I do is I sort of go back a little bit and go, well, if you do want to make some of these things at home, let me show you how you can do that. Now, it's a time thing that we all have, right? It's a time versus cost versus benefit. And I think that it's amazing that we can have all of these different things. We have a product that's available, and we actually have a skill to be able to do things that we might be able to bring into our lives on a day-to-day basis, whether it be food, whether it be natural healing or herbal medicine, whether it will be, like having your own little mini home apothecary or first aid kit, I like to say it, looking at your body products, your cleaning products, and what we do to really reduce all of the huge toxic load, whether it's what we're drinking, what we're eating, what we're breathing, what we're putting on our skin, what we're, having around in our bodies. So, outside of the summit, I do workshops, I do private coaching, I do group coaching, online and in person. I think Andrew's mentioned that we've done lots of different workshops over the last few years, and we will be doing some more in the future. So if you are not coming to the summit, Kelly and I are organizing something in the new year. And yeah, it's just reach out. My biggest passion is educating, is actually showing people that it's not as complicated as the world sometimes makes it. And if we really simplify things and bring it back down to the basics and make some small changes here and there, that we can have a huge impact on our lives, our health, and especially on our community. And as a small business owner, I love the fact that we have these opportunities to reach out and build these communities and build these connections. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Don't you love learning and eating at the same time?
Yes.
That's what you get with Candace's classes. You get to eat nutritious food. And so you're eating and you're feeling good because you're learning, and then your body's feeling great because it's good for your tummy. So it's everything you said and more, Candace. And so I really love, like, when you try and do food storage on a budget, like, first thing you think of is let's stow away lots of pasta. Lots of canned food. And then your pantry might be full, but it's full of crap, basically. But when you go to Candace's classes, she teaches you how to have nourishing food that's in the pantry, that when you get it out and you've made it when it was fresh, and then a year later or 2 years later or whatever, and eating it and you're going, oh, it still tastes so good. And so I encourage everyone to jump in, learn from Candace, do one of her classes, and yeah, soak up all the good stuff. And which is why we, third time year around, Candace, and we're still going because we just love it so much.
Thanks.
Yeah. So good. Well, yeah, don't you feel like we've been nourished tonight? Now we do have Adam in the room, and Adam shared last week, but for the benefit of everyone who's in the room who didn't hear last week, Adam from Queen Shop is going to have his silver there, and Adam's will help us to trade in silver in real time. So you can go to Adam's Queen Shop. You can purchase silver from him. You can, if for those who are participating, stall stands that are participating, you can trade in silver in real time. And I love this commodity that we're using because it has that intrinsic value that just goes up over time. Not like a coin that you just made up and it just only has the value of what you said it did, and then who can you use it with? No, this is silver that has value everywhere. So thank you, Adam, for being one of our major sponsors this year and coming along.
It's a pleasure, absolute pleasure. It's lovely to be sitting amongst a group of people who are connected to an idea that came off your lips about 3 minutes ago. You said it's good for your tummy, and there's not many places where you sit in a business Zoom session and you hear words like tummy. They're cuddly, fluffy, furry, good feeling words, aren't they? So thank you for leading us all down the path that you're leading us down, because it's you that we follow. It's you that makes this community. So thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Lots of love goes into creating these summits, and very less sleep, but it's really all worth it, and really getting together is just wonderful. The vibe that you feel that went on that weekend, you don't want to be anywhere else. So,
what are the really extreme livers amongst us? What do they say? They say, you sleep when you're dead.
You don't need it.
You don't have time for sleep. We're all too busy, and I notice, and I'm feeling the spring now. I'm hearing the birds. I live on a property where there's a rooster. I'm deaf in one ear, so if I'm sleeping on my deaf ear, or sleeping rather on my good ear, I don't get woken up at 5:30 by the rooster. And my host, my landlord, if you will, he wonders how I can't hear the rooster. Like, how do you do that? So yeah.
Side note, so I live on a farm, and we had 4 too many roosters, and so they all went on the weekend, and three drakes. So we have eating rooster now. Waking us up.
You've got excess roosters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that farm life. Real resilient. Walking the talk, guys. Walking resilience. Look, I could never do it as a kid, and I just don't know if I'm all that good at it yet.
It's part of having livestock, right?
It is. It really is. It really is. And yes, and I love that the returns of nature, we feed them and they feed us, and so my energy feeds you and you feed me. So
they say there's no lie in nature. No, nature is obvious, and the truth is abundant. That and it strikes you. You look at the sun, it's good for you. you go and do some gardening and get dirt under your fingernails. It's good for you. What do they say? God is in the soil. God is in the dirt. And they don't mean your God or any God in particular. I think that they just mean, the energy of the universe is right there.
Wonderful. Well, I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us tonight, and looking forward to seeing you all in a few days, really, counting down. And don't forget to go onto the website when you register, or those that register from now on will be able to kind of click on and put your interest on the workshops that you want to do. It doesn't actually register you to the workshops, but it just says, these are the workshops that I'm interested in doing, or the events that I'm interested in doing, maybe yoga, maybe barn dance, just so we get an idea of, what the flow, what people are wanting to participate in. And then check out the times, and make a plan for your weekend as to where you're going to be and what you're going to be seeing and doing, because there's going to be a lot on, and you want to get around and see those that you want to see. We also have t-shirts on offer. Freedom is my self-reliance community. They are beautiful t-shirts. Have a look at those online. And also, look, if you're camping, that's the thing to do, is to camp and just soak it up for the weekend, which is really cool. And our hub breakout session. So our My Self-Reliance member breakout sessions at the close of each day, before we move into our evening activities, is really a place where you can start to design your future with your communities, as how you want to be self-reliant in your area, and really use the experts around you to support you in that. And so I'm going to be doing a talk on our PrEP matrix. That's PREP, problem, resource, education, and people. Then applying that across our 8 pillars of self-reliance. So food, finances, health, technology, communication, education, relationships, and faith. And with those 8 pillars, we're able to cover off all of our self-reliance needs. And again, you'll be able to reach out to those people those experts in the directory, which will be online. So lots of resources at your fingertips. So thank you again for being here, everyone. And we will see you next week.
Thank you for you, Kelly. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Good to see you, Nick. Welcome to the My Self-Reliance Freedom Summit. It's so good to have you here. We have had a cracker of a weekend, and it's not over yet.
Very honoured to be invited to come and be a part of this and get to speak and share some information about what freedom means to me and how we can help others learn to attain it.
Hi, I'm Connie. I'm a visitor here today at the My Self-Reliance Expo with one of my boys. He's having a ball, I'm having a ball. The stalls are fantastic, the speakers are awesome. I've certainly learnt plenty along the way from, everything from gardening to spear throwing.
G'day everyone, my name is Murray and I am the owner of Country Meats Direct, which is a home delivery service in Sydney that specialises in free-range meat. The reason I came back, I've been here twice now, is because how nice everybody is.
And a massive thanks to Kelly and the crew for organising this event, giving a platform for all of us to come and share our views and ideas and opinions as to what freedom means to us and how we can help share that with others.
And it's a beautiful location to boot. If you're looking for community, if you're looking to be educated on, being more traditional, being more self-reliant, then this is certainly the place to be. It's just done in a very connected way.
It's an amazing community. Kelly does a wonderful job, and the people here are the sort of people I want as customers, so that's why I'm here.
What does becoming your best self mean to you, Kelly?
It's pushing beyond the boundaries, knowing myself as where my limits are, and then pushing beyond that to where I want to be. How was Michelangelo be able to create David? He just took away everything that wasn't David until David appeared.
If you're considering coming to the event or joining the community, it's really just about being around good people that share similar values. And that's what life's all about. Life gets stressful, life gets busy. When you do have a bit of free time, you want to spend it with people who are going to cherish and value that time. And these are the sort of people that do that.
If you are a community group, these events are gold and worth their weight in gold to come and attend. You get to connect with other like-minded people. Great event. My Self-Reliance, if you're not here, we'll see you next year.
At My Self-Reliance, we're all about bringing communities together. Every month we like to hold workshops to teach you how to be more self-reliant. But if you're not in Sydney, you could be missing out. We're going nationwide. We're teaching you how to bring My Self-Reliance to your community. So if you want that too, reach out to me. I'm Kelly Wilkins from My Self-Reliance.